What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a car review. This one's a 2012 Mustang with a V6. Roll the sexy clips.
I like everything about you.
Alright, now that you guys had a good look at the outside and everything, I like how the car looks. I really do. I think it's brawny, it's mean. Actually, I think the black racing stripes kind of tone down the bright red race car look. The, hey, look at me. And the car looks good. I like it. This is Steve-O's car. You'll see him a little bit more on the channel as we keep going. But this is his daily driver. And he got the V6 mainly because he wanted just good fuel economy, but he likes Mustangs. All right, cool, good choice. So today I get to drive it around a little bit and see what I think. And then I have a special tune for this car. It's a 5-star tune. That's an 87 optimized stock tune that's kind of been modified by Tach Out Performance. Tach Out Performance is my other buddy, and he kind of works with 5-star to come out with some special, little different tunes than what you might expect from 5-star. 5-star makes amazing tunes. So, stock car, what do I think? Steering input's nice and responsive. I like it. It's got electric power steering. It sways a little bit, but personally, I like a little bit of sway. I feel like a little bit of sway helps with grip around corners. Just a little bit, kind of plants the car a bit. Brake response is solid, not great. It's not like my 2015 with the 4-piston calipers and all that kind of stuff, but it stops pretty fast. And we're going 50. Let's see how fast I can go. Alright, and that was 0, and I didn't even give it everything. Alright, so let's talk about power. It's the V6, it's in stock form right now. It's an automatic. So, a lot of people think gutless. I don't know, I haven't even tried yet. Let's find out. I will come to a stop here, and we'll give it a go. Alright, foot to the floor. Alright. I like it. There's not a lot of power until about 4,000 RPM. I'm kind of thinking this car is cammed so that it's set up for like a daily driver, which really makes a lot of sense. Everything below 4,000, it's not really cammed. Probably great for mileage. Everything above 4,000, the car just comes alive. I mean, it feels a little bit like VTEC, where it's a soft profile down low, and then as soon as you hit a certain RPM band, bang, it just cams over and feels great. Oh yeah. It likes to wind up, and that's actually kind of classic of Ford too, because after they moved to the mod motors, they were known for just, you'd have to wind the piss out of them to get them to do something, and that's kind of how this is feeling. But don't get me wrong, it feels pretty stout above 4,000. Another thing to consider is the V6 weighs less than the V8, so your front to back weight balance is going to be better with this car. Overall, this is a very responsive car. I'm actually impressed with what the V6 can do, because I've always heard from everybody that, well, the V6 blows, and I don't really think so. I think this is a very solid performer. Now, if you want a little bit more power out of this thing, then a lot of people switch to a turbo setup for this car, which I think a V6 is a great platform for turbos. I mean, just look at the new EcoBoost V6s that are coming out and have been out for years. and they're very, very stout engines. I feel like this thing with a turbo on it would be a complete beast. Well, I think it's about time that we try that 5-star tune optimized by Tach Out and see how this car does with it. So I'm going to load her up and I'll be right back with you guys. Remember, this is an optimized stock kind of a tune. This is meant for the daily driver that just wants a little bit more out of it, or something a little bit more catered to their driving style, a little personalized. This is not a performance tune. This is for 87 octane. This is not a 93 tune. Okay, here's a little brief flat spot. Let's punch it and see what happens. Okay. Yeah. Woo, I like that. Oh man. All right. Got to use the brakes on this guy. There you go. Yeah, that's a lot better. That is way better than stock. That's just a tune. Literally, this is a stock car. We just did a tune there. That was a lot more responsive. It felt like there was way more power below $4,000, where the kind of the stock daily driver bottom end was, and then above $4,000, it feels fantastic. I'm gonna find a straight stretch so that I can really launch this car. Actually, here's one right here. So make sure we're all good. Let's test out the responsiveness of this car. Okay, we're just gonna punch it. Let's go. Yeah, I like it. Got a little loose. All right, and that was good. That was way better. It actually broke the rear end loose, and that's after I warmed up the tires a little bit more than the first time I launched it on stock. So that's an improvement. That was a definite seat of the pants dyno improvement right there. I felt that. That was very noticeable. Okay, so kind of mid throttle feels good. It feels very linear. The power feels very, very linear. It keeps climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing all the way to $7,000 pretty much. That harsh VTEC-like difference between below 4,000 and above 4,000 is gone now. It does come alive more above 4,000. I think you're not going to get away from that with the cam that's in this car. There's a lot of people that just want a nice, smooth daily driver with a little bit of extra power, and that's what this car is about. I just love how responsive this car is. It really comes alive with this 5-star tune. The pedal is so much more useful. There's a lot more RPM band to work with here. I like what Tach Out Performance did to kind of massage the tune a little bit. Nothing against 5-star tunes. They're great tunes. I just think that the Tach Out Performance adjustments are a little bit more my style, if that makes sense. And that's really something that you need to figure out when you go through tuners. When you find the tuner that you want to use for your car, is how they make the tune to fit your style of driving and your personality, so that the tune fits you like a glove. And we'll do a 30 pull up to 60 and see how fast that happens. So, all right, and hold on, and 30. Okay, I'm gonna punch it. We're gonna see how it goes from 30 to 60. Here we go. Punching it. Nice. Bam, 60. There you go. All right, so it was utilizing some of the lower RPM band there. It didn't drop a gear right away, which actually I kind of like that. When you stomp on the pedal, it doesn't just drop a gear and freak out. It kind of stays in it. Hang tight, let me wind up a little bit is what it's saying, you know. So it winds up, and then once it hit $4,000, it just started moving. And even from like 55, it's pretty damn responsive. Oh yeah, that's way better. Nice. That is, you know what, upper end speed wise, I think the gearing is so, man, a 270 or whatever the hell gearing is in this car, it likes higher speeds. Launching from 55 versus 30, it likes it a lot more. I think it might be the RPM and the gearing and everything, but it really liked it. So, oh yeah. Okay, there you go. You kind of wanted to wake up a little bit there. I like it. It knows when to shift. It knows how to shift. I like the firmness. It's not gonna knock your teeth out with how firm the shifts are, but it's not gonna slip forever in a day. You know, I like it. This is good. If you commute a lot, instead of buying that Toyota Camry or that Ford Fusion or those kind of cars as what you would think as your actual commuter car, maybe you want to look at getting a Mustang as your commuter car. I know a lot of people that do that. They can get good mileage, especially with the V6, and they're very comfortable and they're tailored to the driver. So if you commute a lot by yourself, which how many people do that, a Mustang with a V6 might be a really good choice. Throw a tune on it and you just got a very nice responsive canyon carver at the same time. If you have a V6 Mustang, I would suggest checking out 5-Star Tuning. I feel like they did a really good job on this. If you want something a little bit like what you've seen in this video and what I've described, ask for the Tach Out performance kind of setup. He's actually going to start selling tunes on a Tach Out performance website here. I'm actually going to be working with him and building a website with him, and he's going to start selling tunes that are Tach Out adjusted 5-star tunes. Those are going to be mainly catered toward EcoBoost vehicles, but I feel like he did a really good job on this V6 Mustang. I might ask him to just put it up for anybody that has a V6 Mustang. They might want it, and it's worth it, I think. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this car. Tell me what you think of this car. Am I wrong? Does this car suck? Let me know your opinion in the comments. I want to hear some other responses. Maybe there's a little cult following for